Technical guy, I should call you Dead on Dave. This is Christopher Daniels.
Hey everyone, it's the Native American Donka. Want to give a big shout out to Dead on Dave.
Dave, this is Leon White, Big Van Vader.
Dead on Dave. What's up, man? It's the coach.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and I know when I want to keep up with the latest in wrestling news from around the world, I check in with Dead on Dave Productions. He covers a wide variety of wrestling topics, including the career of the hardcore legend. Don't miss it. Dead on Productions. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, Dead on Dave, and welcome to the new Saturday edition of Dead on Dave Live. It's your viewer question show. It's the show where I go in and wrap up everything that's happened in the week that was in wrestling and sports and take your guys' viewer questions right on Skype at David Vancura, DavidVancura, and we take your questions live. If you want to call in, feel free to do so, and we'll get this thing crack-a-lackin'. But until you guys do start bringing those that phone calls and all of that, I got a story I want to talk about. I got something I want to get into because it's a big story within the realm of the wrestling community currently. And that's the most important thing. And it's something that people are talking about and wondering if it's the right thing. Well, hopefully I can at least give my opinion on it and see if it makes any sense at all. While you're doing that, if you need something to do, if you want to listen and do something to support the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, because likes are free. Ta-da! You could also donate to the channel anytime you like in the description box below. If you like what you see and you want to say, hey, fat man, here's a tip, you can go ahead right in the description box, hit that little link, and donate to your boy Dead on Dave. You'll get a little message, and you'll get to see everybody, the world will get to see what you wrote. Oh, it's amazing. But let's get into the big story of this show, and that is, of course, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Okay, and this whole Wyatt situation. For weeks, I've been talking about how this seems like a very weird storyline, and how it's changed multiple times, and like how the WWE just doesn't seem to quite know what to do with these four guys. Well, what if there's been something building for a long time that we haven't quite put our finger on, and that's the fact that Dean Ambrose is getting ready to turn heel. Now, this makes the most sense out of any other situation, including just having Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose win. Now, a lot of people presumed, me being one of them, that eventually Roman Reigns would be the guy to go heel. I just don't see it happening. I don't think that WWE is ever going to just fully give up on Roman Reigns as being that next top babyface guy. So they're going to continue to wait for, things to happen. They're going to wait for Roman Reigns to really pop and become that guy. And I don't know if he could pull off the heel. Outside of just being a badass, he would actually be a really good tweener, while Dean Ambrose is a good tweener, but when they try to push him to face mode, it seems corny and a little bit off. If they go heel, which they're in the perfect storyline to do that, everything makes sense and lines up for him to do it, then just think of the possibilities. We could see a lot of things that we loved about Dean Ambrose when he was in the indie scene, being Johnny Moxley and all this other stuff. That's where his character best suits him. And the cool thing is, if they don't want him to be full heel, that's okay too, because turning on Roman Reigns doesn't necessarily guarantee he's going to get the heel heat that some people think he will get. In fact, depending on where they are, and I believe this is going to be in New York, when Dean turns on him, Dean's probably going to get cheered. So keep that in mind. And as far as explanation goes, it's real simple. A lot of people are also assuming that if Dean turns, it's going to have to be joining the Wyatt family. That's not necessarily true either. Dean Ambrose can attack Roman Reigns basically anytime he likes during this match, or he can simply walk out on him and do something chaotic. That's completely reasonable. The next night on Raw, all he has to do is show up, or even that night on SummerSlam, if they want to do this, he can go in the back, grab a microphone, and simply say, I hate Bray Wyatt's guts. Everybody knows this. I will always hate Bray Wyatt. Can't stand the guy. Now, He's right about one thing. Anyone but you, Roman. Anyone but you. And he can just go off of that. And it would work really well. It would be very interesting. And I think a lot of people would get into it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what they decide to do with this situation. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. And done right, this could be a new dawn for a guy like Dean Ambrose, who I think desperately does need something to happen, whether he makes it happen himself or the WWE goes on and does some kind of a change. Dean cannot be this unsinkable man forever. Eventually, fans are going to stop giving a shit. This is what they've used Dean Ambrose for up until this point. Dean has been the guy he just works, does crazy, gets the fans to continue to like him. And then every time that his merch starts to slip a little bit, they give him a push. They give him a push, small push, not a legitimate push, a push to the main scene to where he feuds with a Seth Rollins or whatever so he can lose. But they put him in that spot so his merch will sell. Eventually, smart fans are going to start picking up on that. And they're going to start tuning off to Dean Ambrose. And when that happens, they have no backup plan for this guy. They've got nothing to fall back on. What the hell are they going to do with Dean Ambrose then? I'll tell you what. They're going to do nothing. He's going to go to the goddamn bottom of the barrel. He's going to be Dolph Ziggler. He's going to be Cesaro'd from a few years ago. He's going to be all these guys. The list of guys that this has happened to is endless unless something changes. So I am advocating. I'm not only saying that I think it's going to happen. I'm saying it absolutely should happen that Dean Ambrose turns heel at SummerSlam. Why? Because it makes the most sense for Dean Ambrose. And honestly, it makes the most sense for this storyline. That's going nowhere. If it doesn't happen here, what are they going to do? They're going to add Sting to it and then Luke Harper to it. Or I'm sorry, Eric Rowan. And then we get a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series match between the six of them. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? That's not a big money match. We can only see this so many times. And remember, this is an important thing to remember. This is already a rehash of a storyline before. You know, it's already a rehash. Now it's Shield and fucking the Wyatts. But it's 2/3 Shield versus 2/3 Wyatt now. That's all it is. And while I'm expecting a really good match, I think and they could do that, by the way. They can have a fantastic match. He doesn't have to turn on SummerSlam either. But I think it would help fill this 4 hours and be a little bit more dramatic. But just sometime soon after SummerSlam or at SummerSlam itself, we have this big turn. And then everybody's like, oh, what's going to happen next? Where do they go now? It'll be quite interesting to see where they decide to go. Okay, something happened with my Skype. My Skype just turned off as I tried to take a call. So if you're trying to call in, give me a momento while I try to restart Skype. I don't know what the hell happened. Usually Cronin's the one to have Skype issues, not your boy Dead on Dave. But hey, it happens. Go ahead and you can... You can try to call back in if you like on Skype. It's back up now, it looks like. David Vancura, DavidVancura. Call in on Skype. Add me first if you're a new caller and get your voice heard, and we can talk about whatever you like. We can continue on the Dean Ambrose trail, or we can meander off to somewhere else. I'm a huge fan of Dean Ambrose. I just really am. I just think they have to do something, and this is the chance to do it. You know, we get that he's the lunatic fringe, but how much longer can that be self-sustaining? We'll see. All right, we're trying again. Rod, the entertainer, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
I do apologize about that. I knew that it wasn't going to work out pretty quickly whenever it was already skipping one during the ring. So
yeah, it was weird. My Skype turned off, though.
Weird.
That means your shit was so bad, your shit was so corrupted that it affected my Skype. What the fuck? Okay, now look, I'm not going to tell anybody how to run their computers or run their shit, but if your stuff is so goddamn bad that it affects me in Germany, oh boy, I'm going to pile drive you. What do you got, Rob? Thanks for calling in.
Make sure it's through a table, though.
That's right, through a flaming table with thumbtacks underneath it.
There you go.
Yeah, what you got?
I was calling about Dean Ambrose because I've been a huge Dean Ambrose
Me
fan for a very long time. I think pretty much it's, if you're not a Dean Ambrose fan, I don't really know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I get why, kind of, because he is just a brawler. He's not necessarily a really technical kind of guy. I think
No,
he
in
could
fact,
be. if he
in fact,
put
you can
the
even
work,
go.
but-
You can go as far to say that he's clunky. You can even go when this guy runs, he looks like a Sony PlayStation video game, original Sony PlayStation. When motherfuckers would run and they would be all choppy and clunky, that's what he looks like. But
Yeah.
it's okay. I love Dean Ambrose regardless. But please continue.
Because Stone Cold, anyways, that's the main comparison he tends to get because he has
Stone
a
Cold Piper,
running
yeah.
edge baby face. Because Stone Cold wasn't smooth. Stone Cold never was a great technical wrestler.
Not never. That's not true. That's not true. No,
Really?
Yes, he was. In fact, when he says it himself all the time. The problem with him in WCW in the early days, and even when he was brought up to WWE, is the fact that he was getting known as a good mechanic, a guy who could just work technically. Wow. Remember, this is the guy that was in the Hollywood Blondes with Brian Pillman, and they were a technical, high-flying tag team. So Stone Cold Steve Austin had that background of being a really good worker and wrestler. Well, he's not a Dean Malenko, nor will he ever be confused for one. But before his injuries started to pile up, most notably his knee, even before his neck, he was a pretty damn good technician. In fact, as AJ just mentioned in the chat, that's one of the reasons why they brought him in as the ringmaster, because he was this technical wrestler. So, quick correction, but I understand what you're trying to say. Please continue.
Yeah, it was never his main thing as Stone Cold, anyways. Even if he had the ability at one point. Of course, I didn't know that, so I'm not going to play like I did. But the thing about Dean Ambrose, I really do like that. I think they started out doing, and then they, for whatever reason, have changed it, I guess, to match Roman Reigns, is they seem to used to really let him just be himself. Mm-hmm. And lately it's felt a lot more robotic because I don't think there's a whole lot of promo style or vignette chemistry between him and Roman.
Yeah.
At least for me. It just seems really awkward. They turned Dean into this bro character. Yeah, bro, let's go get some beers, man.
They keep putting him back together. They keep putting him back together for seemingly no reason. I mean, they don't need. This is at least the fourth time that Dean has been the help for Roman Reigns. Now I get that they're brothers and all that stuff, and the Shield and all that, but you can only do it so many times before it loses interest and loses meaning. And I think we've reached that point.
And it's not putting Roman over either.
No, it's not. In fact, a lot of the reason why some people are thinking the fact they even put these guys together this time is to try to protect Roman from getting booed his ass off at SummerSlam, which is going to happen anyway, and furthers my whole belief that this is a perfect place to make this turn. You're a fan of Dean Ambrose. If you remember him from his indie days, this is a guy who was one of the most unbelievable heels I've ever seen. In fact, when he was getting brought into the WWE, one of his first things that they were going to do was a very personal heel feud with him to Mick Foley. In fact, he started to sell the feud. By cutting promos on Mick Foley at actual Mick Foley appearances. He was just catching people with a camera, and he was cutting these promos on Mick Foley. Very personal about his family, and it was going to lead to a match ultimately. But there was something really controversial that was said by one of them, and I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. But it kind of killed the whole thing. But this is a guy who is just better suited to be a heel. He's not as one-dimensional as Randy Orton, who seems he can only be a heel. Even though that damn out of nowhere RKO thing got him so over as a face, now he can't be a heel. It's so confusing. We're all really retarded. Is. I don't know, but
the move is a face and Randy's a heel.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
The thing is about, plus also you have to remember, it was probably odds are said by Dean Ambrose because I forget his real name, but that doesn't matter anyways. But yeah, I'm not sure if is it. I know that was.
I don't know if that's his real name. I know it was his indie name. I don't know what his real name is.
Because I have a DVD of all his best matches, and I mean they're absolutely incredible, and also some of the most brutal stuff that I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Have you seen his match with I can't remember his name, Drake somebody, and he's an indie kind of indie working legend. Oh, son of a bitch.
His real name, by the way,
Indie-
is Jonathan Good. Believe it or not, that's
There
his
we go.
real name,
Yes,
Jonathan
yes.
Good, which sounds like a
Jonathan
wrestling
B.
name.
Good.
The
It
funniest
does.
thing is the best wrestling name he has is his real fucking name.
Yep.
Jonathan
Yep.
Good, Johnny Good, John Good.
Johnny B.
Oh my God! Can you just imagine?
But he had this one match with Drake before I head out that you need to check out. I know you're not a fan for violence sake, but this is an absolute
Well,
spectacle.
it all depends.
Uh,
Like, I don't mind a match in a show that's just violent for violence sake, but an entire show that's that way, no, count
It's a
me
little
out.
over, yeah. And even I'm a fan of certain violence. I'm a fan of non-long-term violence because I really don't want to see any. I think one of the main problems we have right now is wrestlers aren't able to pass on torches and stuff because the Attitude Era ruined half of them. But
I don't know about that. I think that it's we're just stuck in this weird transition period. I think that's what's really going on. But that's another story for another day.
back to that match about
Yeah.
Drake really quick before I gently I'll jump out of the top rope. I'll springboard it. But there was this match that he had. It was a barbed wire match. Which
You're
just happened
killing me.
to
You're not.
WWE
Get to the goddamn. Come on.
It was
I'm sitting
all-
here. My pussy's wet. You gotta fuck me. Come on. My pussy's wet. Fuck me.
It's barbed wire for all the ropes, barbed wire on all the chairs, barbed wire all around the sticks, barbed wire everywhere. They get dropped their crotch first on the barbed wire. It's absolutely brutal, but it's also very telling. And nobody, I take that back, they did get hurt, but it's a really good match in my opinion, even despite all the kind of spotty whatever.
Yeah.
Because Drake is a good worker, and I'm forgetting his last name. He's an indie working legend. But
Not to worry, but I okay, you've lost me here, bud. You got to get to the point, Rod. Jesus Christ!
I know.
Fuck
I know.
me. Fuck me.
I rant on it. It's
All right.
something I do. It's just a bad habit.
It's okay. If I ever need to sleep really badly, I know who to call. So that's a good thing.
I'm the human melatonin.
That's right. Take it easy, Rod. Appreciate the call, buddy.
You too, man.
And you are over
All
the
right,
top
see
rope,
you.
by the way. Oh my God, Pittsburgh boy, wake me up from my coma. You are live with Dead on Dave. What you got, Pittsburgh?
I'd like to start off with NXT, like the Brooklyn show that's gonna be happening.
Yeah, but you, so you
you-
didn't even watch the first part of the show. You don't even care about Dean Ambrose. You just want to start your own thing. That's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you think it's pretty official that we're getting Baron Corbin and Samoa Joe at the Brooklyn show?
Yeah, I think it's confirmed. I think it's confirmed with some stuff that they. I read something. I think it's confirmed. I think yes, it's Samoa Joe, Baron Corbin. I do believe it's confirmed.
And who would you like to win that?
It has to be Samoa Joe. It has to be. There's no way Samoa Joe can lose this match like Rhino did. That doesn't make any sense to me. But we'll see what happens. It's one of those situations where it seems to me like they may have given up on Baron Corbin. If you watch this week's NXT and you heard the boring chants even before Corbin started his match, it makes you think that, it might be donezo for him, which good. I got to be honest. Good. Yeah, as you know what, on the official card, it is official Samoa Joe versus Baron Corbin.
And then with the Divas match between Sasha Banks and Bayley, do you think Bayley should win this?
They've certainly booked it to where they booked themselves into a corner to where if Sasha does win it, it's one of those weird swerves just for the sake of swerving. It's time to go, and when she could win it and then just drop the belt, I think that's a possibility, but we'll see what happens. Or they could strip her just like they did Paige. That's a possibility too. But I think that to do the right thing, the way they built Bayley, how they gave her clean victories over Sasha, over Becky and Charlotte over the last couple of weeks, I think you have to kind of give her that. If you want her to be a legitimate champion over this new crop of divas in NXT, then yeah, you got to give her the proper win.
Do you think she would be a good champion?
I do.
Like, do you think
She's super over, man. She's super over. She's very entertaining. I think she's a talented wrestler. she's cute. If you hate Bailey, you basically hate a bunch of puppies. I mean, that's
Yep.
really what it comes down to. Bailey is adorable. She's adorkable. I love me some Bailey. And it's, I don't know, they painted themselves into a corner with this, and I will see where they go with it.
And I guess we'll go back to the Dean Ambrose thing.
Yeah, there you go. Get back to me.
So you seriously think he would be a better heel
Yes.
than a face?
Yes.
Yeah, but you know how heels, like how in some of their matches they'll run away or whatever. I don't see Ambrose being that
That's
type of
not all
person
the time.
because
That's not all the time. Sometimes, you remember...
well, the majority of the time.
No,
Not majority of the time, but there's good amount of times where it's happened.
It all depends on the character. It all depends on the type of heel that... Look, like I said, him turning on Roman Reigns isn't necessarily a full-blown heel turn anyway. This is more about Dean turning on Roman than it is becoming a full-blown heel. But I think he needs to have that tendency where he is more heel than face. He's basically a tweener as it is in a lot. Well, not lately. Now lately he's just full-blown face. But the kind of the intrigue of Dean Ambrose, which I think is losing, is the fact that he is a lunatic fringe. Lunatics aren't fucking faces. I mean, lunatics will chop your head off. Lunatics will grab your nutsack and give it a twist. That's what lunatics are. You never know what they're going to do. So to have a lunatic as a goddamn full-blown face doesn't make sense to me. And it just seems like they've done everything that they've done with Dean over the past year. The weird feuds, the weird losses. It just seems like it's building to something big, and I have to figure it's got to be this, because really nothing else makes sense. He's not a legitimate title contender at this point. No one's going to really take him seriously outside of popularity's sake. If he wins a title out of nowhere, it's going to be something forgotten, like a Jack Swagger situation. So I think they just have to do this a smart way, and I think by turning on Roman now is a way to capitalize on him truly being a lunatic.
Well, then where would they go with Wyatt on this?
That's the thing. He's next on. All four of these guys suffer the same issue. No, they don't know what to do with them. But they got to fix one of them, and I think the easiest of the four to fix is Dean Ambrose. Look, if they wanted to fix Roman Reigns, they could do the exact same thing, turn him heel. They're not doing that. Bray doesn't... Until the Wyatt family is 100% whole again, that doesn't really need to be fixed because the Wyatts can grow, which I think is their fix. The Wyatt family needs to expand. And if the Wyatt family expands, then this whole situation's moot with Dean anyway. Dean and Roman. Do we really want to see these four guys continue to go over the next 6 months? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this whole situation. But I think if they capitalize on the anyone but you Roman storyline, they have something. Like I said, it doesn't have to be Dean going to the Wyatts. It could just be him agreeing with one point that Bray Wyatt has. That's a perfect tweener segue. That's a perfect, fuck this guy, I'm still Dean Ambrose, but he's right about this. Anyone but Roman. And it's so perfect. It works on a lot of different levels, and it's something that those two can carry a feud all the way to Royal Rumble, and I would give a shit.
And then what about when it comes to WrestleMania time? Would they still go with this anyone but you Roman thing?
It could be the next guy. It could be Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble again. It could be somebody screwing Roman Reigns out of the Royal Rumble victory. I mean, there's so many things they could do. Or what the most likely situation is Roman continues to be an afterthought. I think I believe, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe that they have, at least for the time being, shelved all ideas of Roman being a main event guy right this moment. That's why the push of John Cena has happened. That's why they put so much stock, like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That's why they put so much stock and re-emphasis on Seth Rollins. It's because I just don't... And Cesaro, the building of Cesaro and Kevin Owens and all these guys. There's no need to put Roman on that pedestal. So really, you have a little bit of freedom to build the Roman Reigns that we all want, and that takes time. Anything else, Pittsburgh boy?
That's all I got for now, man.
Hey, I appreciate the call, man.
All right, thank you.
You should call me an asshole more, though. I don't know
Why?
I don't know. Just because why not? Take it easy, man. Pittsburgh Boy 96, everybody. Joining me now, the one, the only, the incomparable AJ Tucker. What you got? You're live with Dead on Dave.
Now, what's up, Dave?
What's up?
Now, with SummerSlam, I understand, like, they're trying, like, their best to, like, make this as big as WrestleMania. Well, like, the 4 hours and stuff.
They're trying to give it more of a main feel, yeah.
But it just, for some reason, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to SummerSlam, of course,
Yeah.
but, you know, with Cena and Taker, Brock, like this past Monday, with them losing, well, with the 3 top guys not being there, and with them only having the go-home show left to build up SummerSlam, I don't know. It's just like I'm looking forward to the NXT takeover more than I am for SummerSlam.
Well, see, here's the thing on that, man. I think that's part of the reason. But when I looked at, I had the same reservations that you did. I had the same exact worry that you were having. Like, oh man, does SummerSlam have enough juice? Then I went and I looked at the card, which is built, by the way. It's basically a finished card, and it's a pretty damn good card. You know, if you really look at it, it's actually a really good card. We're going to get into it a lot next week. I'm going to break this down match by match next week. I'm going to get a lot of people to come in and give their opinions, which I have an announcement on that later on in the show. But really quick, look, you got King Barrett and Stardust versus the Arrows, Green Arrow and Red Arrow. That could be interesting. That could be interesting, depending on how it's done. I kind of want to see Stephen Amell break his face. It'd be kind of fun. You got the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match, which could be awesome, as we've seen these 4 do some stuff in the past together that has been really good. I want to see the New Day reclaim the title, so I have an interest there. This elimination match between PCB, Team Bad, and the Bella Army, that's going to be a show stealer.
I really want anyone but the Bellas, really.
Anyone but the Bellas, yeah.
Anyone but you, Bella.
You got the Intercontinental title match, which is the one match where I just could give an ass about. But maybe they'll surprise us. You know, that's what I'm hoping for.
That triple threat. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Then you got the Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Wyatt family. And take off everything that I've said about the possibility of Dean Ambrose going heel. This has an opportunity to steal the show. We've seen this match before. We've seen the Wyatts and the Shield go before, and it's been amazing. So these 4 can really do something special. So that's going to be exciting. Kevin Owens and Cesaro. That's a match of the year candidate if given enough time. The Undertaker and Brock, one of the most anticipated rematches in wrestling history. This is the match that follows the Undertaker's loss of the streak. This is a huge deal, and they've done a good way of selling it. I wish we would have seen more out of these 2 since that brawl, but we're going to see that on Monday. And then the winner-take-all match. Seth Rollins and John Cena, which with the broken nose thing, there's all this extra intrigue. SummerSlam looks amazing on paper, and I think why it's getting a little bit pushed under the rug for some of us is because of the anticipation of NXT. Because NXT looks amazing as well.
Yeah, but what about, like, are we going to see, like, Rusev and Ziggler, or, like, Lana and Summer? Or what about,
I think that can get
like,
added.
Sheamus and Orton?
I think both of those
like
matches
pre-show.
could potentially get added on Monday. I do believe, look, it's a 4-hour show, so I do think we're going to get a couple more matches in there. The only problem with that is if they do, then those were a lot of matches that I just listed off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches already over 4 hours. I mean, that's pretty good. If they add 1 or 2 more, probably the most likely of those is going to be Sheamus and Randy Orton, since we haven't seen Ziggler, even though he's supposed to come back on Monday. We'll see what happens. Both of those matches could easily be added, but I wouldn't expect either one of those to go 20 minutes. So we'll see what happens. What else you got, AJ?
Nothing much.
Nothing, just hanging out, nothing much.
Yeah.
Joe Cronin's in the chat, and he says, monetize this tonight. Yes, monetize. This is tonight, I believe 11:30. It's the time we usually go, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be over there on the Joe Cronin Show channel on YouTube. Make sure you check that out. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go subscribe. So we'll be there rapping about all kinds of crazy shit. Should be a lot of fun.
Sorry, my sister was in the room, so
I don't care. Is she hot? How old is she? Answer the second question first. How old is she?
Wait. Oh yeah, she's 15.
Okay, don't care then. Then you don't have to answer the first question. It's irrelevant.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, I appreciate the call, AJ.
Thank you.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
You too.
AJ Tucker, everybody. AJ Tucker. Xander is live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Xander going once. Xander going twice. Xander, you're over the top fucking rope. Fix your shit and you can call back, you suckers. So I think a lot of people right now are probably wondering, Dave, what are you doing on a Saturday? If you hadn't seen all the posts and you haven't seen anything else that I've been talking about why I'm on Saturdays now, let me go ahead and give you a little rundown as to why. Because there is a reason why. It's because I'm not stupid enough to go up against the NFL. Plain and simple. Davey no go uppy against NFL. Not happening. Sorry. So I decided to bring my show to Saturdays. And what does that allow me to do? It allows me to do another thing. It allows me to do a NFL show on Sunday mornings. Yes, Sunday mornings, early before any kickoffs. Every single week you're going to get an NFL pregame show with Dead on Dave. I don't know if it's going to be live. I don't know if it's going to be long. I have no idea. But I'm going to talk about a lot of things that I care about within the NFL. And that will be a call-in show if it's live, so you guys can call in on that and just talk NFL. So there's that situation as well. I'm very excited about that, and I hope you guys are there with me supporting. So it'll be a good time for all. Because, look, my interest in the NFL has waned over the last years. I am still a gigantic Bear fan, though, and that will never change. So I think what it comes down to is, fuck it, it's the NFL. There you go. Xander, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
All right, man. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, barely, man. You got to fix your shit.
Trying to fix it, man.
What you want,
Chill
man?
out.
What you got?
All right. All right. All right, man. Hold on. I'm about to...
All right, you fix your shit and you call me back. Because all right. No, it ain't working for me. All right. Okay, no, that ain't working for me, man. Get your shit straight. You're calling into a fucking show, people. If you call into a show, have your shit ready. What's the problem? What's the problem? Get your shit ready. Have it ready. Keep it tight. As Xavier Woods would say, keep it tight. Yeah. Oh, hey, another announcement I wanted to get out to you guys out there. That through the course of this next week, if you ever wanted to get your opinion on wrestling, on SummerSlam and the NXT event live out to everybody out there, go ahead and do a 1 minute or less video. Send it to me via Skype or at Dead on Dave Productions, yahoo.com, or on Twitter, whatever the medium, or just contact me and I'll give you another way to send it to me. Whatever those ways may be, a 1 minute or less video, you send it to me with your complete SummerSlam and NXT expectations or the things that you are most excited about, and I'll put together a compilation and I will air it next week before SummerSlam, before NXT. I'll air it sometime next week. So if you can get that to me as soon as you can, you guys can be a part of a show in a whole new interactive way. And if you don't want to put your ugly mugs, those zit-filled mugs, and I know I got zits too, your greasy faces, those big pustules of impetigo going all over the place. If you don't want to do that, then go ahead and just put a mask on. Yes, wear a mask. Sorry, I was reading something. I was reading something and I got distracted. Put a mask on, put up an image, something, but just give me your expectations for next weekend and I'll air it. Joe Cronin decides that this is going to be a information chat. Dave, I'm going to be on the radio with Justin Starr next week. I will have times and few. I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. So he's going to be on the radio with Justin Starr in Tennessee. So make sure you guys check in on that, watch that, and pay attention. Cronin, when you get the exact details, call in on the show and announce it, and then we'll talk about it for a few minutes because, more Joe Cronin, the better, right? Fucking A. So, hey, if you want to get your voices heard and opinions on anything that you've heard us talk about so far in the show or anything else, whether it be wrestling or sports, go ahead and call in right now on Skype, David Vancura, DavidVancura. And if you want to support the channel, we got a nice donation. First donation of the night, Deadeye Dave Rod donated $3. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I didn't get to read your message because I'm slow and stupid. So Dead on Dave Rod donated $3. He says, "Hi, cousin. Been a while. See you doing well. I went to the doctors and finally got my eye fixed. Well, replaced with a glass one." I don't know what any of that means, but I hope you're okay. Dead on, what was his name? Deadeye Dave Ra. Thank you for the donation. All right, Xander, we're going to try this again. Are you there?
I am here.
Okay, don't do that. That's creepy.
All right. All right, man. So
you're live once again. Don't fuck it up.
All right, man. You should just soak all this in because I'm about to go Dean Ambrose mode. Okay. All right. So whenever the Shield came up, in Survivor Series 2012, we all knew Dean Ambrose was gonna be, some part when the Shield broke up. We all knew he was gonna be a heel. But I got a question: is this like a rumor or is it leaked? What?
Look, it's more of a rumor, and this is my opinion, really. There's nobody saying that's going to happen. I'm thinking it's going to happen because I'm seeing some of the clues. It seems like they're really hinting at it.
Okay.
Look, I mean, since the Shield broke up, which I think is kind of the argument can be made if that was done at the right time. People talk about the Wyatts breaking up too early, but the same thing can be said about the Shield. Everybody has kind of done some weird shit if you think about it, man.
Yeah.
It was Seth Rollins who was that can't miss face. He was gonna be the big face. Dean Ambrose was gonna be the heel, and Roman Reigns was gonna be a badass. I don't know what that is in the background.
It's nothing.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, gotta keep your shit tight, buddy. But it's just gone. It's gone nowhere near the way people thought it was gonna go. So.
I was thinking about it because I was listening to your show. I was so if let's just say he does. Let's say he does.
Mm-hmm.
How is he turning heel? Is he joining the Wyatt family, which I think it's very rare. I don't think that's happening. He's just turning on Dean. I mean,
he doesn't need to join the Wyatt family. That's the beautiful thing of it is all Dean has to do is turn on him, and the simple explanation it can just be the same mantra that Bray Wyatt said. And I think you have to say both of these sentences in conjunction. I still hate Bray Wyatt. I hate his guts. I'm always going to hate him. But in this case, he was right. Anyone but you, Roman. That's the hook. That's the hook. It's a perfect out for anybody. And who better to be jealous over what Roman Reigns has gotten with half the talent as other guys than his best friend, than Dean Ambrose. It's kind of perfect. And if they completely separate the Shield and the Shield is completely disbanded and there's no more of this 2/3 Shield bullshit, then when the Shield does inevitably get back together one day, whether it be for a one-off thing or for a big run together, it's gonna mean that much more. But this breakup has got to happen. They can't keep having Dean be frickin' Roman's backup. It's always the same thing. They do the exact same story over and over. You can only do it so many times. Something has to change, and I think very soon, hopefully at SummerSlam, it will be the change. Dean is going to say, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. What else you got, Xander?
Funny you mentioned the Shield. Do you think it's very possible that if Dean turns on Roman, that Seth and Dean will team up and find another member to join them and reunite with the Shield?
No, because I don't think it's not about that. Because like I said at the beginning of the show, I'll reiterate this again. Dean going heel by turning on Roman isn't necessarily a full-blown heel turn, because I think if he does it at SummerSlam in New York, he's not going to get booed for it. So this really can't be looked at as just a tweener mode. This is really, it can be looked at more of putting Dean back to the Dean that he's supposed to be. You want to call this guy the fucking lunatic fringe, treat him like the lunatic fringe. Be the lunatic fringe. Be the unstable dick. Be crazy. Chop mannequins in fucking half with saws. Do insane things. Be a fucking United States champion for 10 months and defend it twice. Just do weird things. That's Dean Ambrose. So I don't know.
And the thing is, if they turn him heel, I don't think people can boo him. Like,
I think they
can't
can.
boo Dean
I think they
Ambrose.
can. I think they can, and they will under the right circumstance. I don't know if Roman is necessarily the right circumstances going to get people to boo him, but they can. If you're not familiar with who he was before he became a face, he was a heel in the Shield, and he got booed quite a bit there. His entire indie career, this man has been nothing but booed. So boo he can be, and booed he will be.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
He's such a good heel. Go check out. Here's what I want you to do. Here's your homework.
I mean, I did see his indie. I did see his indie days. I'm just talking about like.
Just go hit any Johnny Moxley promo if you need a reminder of how good he can be to piss people off. I mean, Jesus Christ, Johnny Moxley promos, boom. That's all and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm not 100% sure it's going to happen. I think WWE has put themselves in a situation where they obviously don't know what to do with these 4 guys, and something's got to change, and I think Dean is the easiest guy to move.
I mean, if he does turn heel, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for taking my call, and have a nice day.
No problem, Xander. Take it easy, bud. Xander, everybody, Xander. Yeah, so we are plugging along right here on Dead on Day Productions. And like I was saying before, if you want to go ahead and donate to the show, just like Dead-Eye Dave Raw did, you can go ahead and go right into the description box below and hit your link and type a little message for Dead on Dave. Send the Fat Man a little money as a tip saying, "Good job, Fat Man. We love what you're doing." Gerald Herbert in the chat says, "Dave, how do you think the Vikings are going to be this year?" That's what I think the Vikings are going to be this year. Look, the Vikings are still in transition period. A lot of people Adrian Peterson is convincing people that at 30 years old, even after not playing football for a year, that he is still going to be the most dominant running back in the NFL. It's possible. He is an absolute athletic freak. There's no question that's possible, but Bridgewater is not the answer quarterback. You're not going to convince me of it. I just don't see it. I don't know how much you guys have on defense that's going to be enough to keep you in games for the entire year. The only thing that I can see that is a positive for the Vikings is the fact that the rest of the division should be weaker. Save probably the Packers, but I think the Detroit Lions are going to be taking a huge step back this season. I think the Bears, they're still up in the air. You know, at least in my book they are, because of some of the changes that they're doing. There's still a lot on offense, so they can still score some points potentially. John Fox is a hell of a coach. It's going to come down to Cutler. He's terrible. He's just god-awful. But this is his last chance. There's absolutely no more excuses for Cutler, so he's got to perform or it's over. The defense is going to a 3-4, so I think the Bears are kind of the X factor in that. I think we know what we're going to get out of the Packers, but we really don't know what we're going to get out of the rest of the team and rest of the teams in that division, and that includes Minnesota. I think 8-8 is rather ambitious. I think it's attainable for the Vikings. I think it could happen. I think they can finish ahead of the Bears. I think they can challenge Detroit for the second spot in our division. I think it's very possible in the North. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. I don't see enough there to be a legitimate, playoff team. But we'll see. Good football question. I'm starting to get back into football mind, Haven't thought about it in a while because I'm in such baseball madness and glory because of my cubbity dubbities. I'm happy. Okay, Given Name Family Name says, I am a constant parasite on Dave's mind. Sure you are. Tell yourself that, buddy. Dark Rage 2000, Dolph Ziggler. Dave, is Dolph Ziggler injured or has he just been a storyline? Dolph Ziggler is not injured. In fact, he was filming a movie and he is back. He's been working some dark matches at house shows, or he's been working house shows, I should say. And he should be back soon. There was word that he was going to be back on Monday. He wasn't, but he might be back this Monday to set up some kind of a match between maybe the four of the lovers in that situation, of course, being Lana, Hot Summer, Rusev, and Dolph Ziggler. That could happen, or maybe he's just going to return at SummerSlam to help Lana in her struggle against Mrs. Hot Summer. We'll see. Steven Kessel, you are live with Dead on Dave. I bet I know what you want to talk about.
Yeah, baby.
You want to talk about
1738.
You want to talk about not fantasy sport. Who gives a shit about that? Because you're not going to win baseball. You're not going to win football. You're going to get embarrassed in football. No, but I know what you want to talk about. You want to talk about the match of the year candidate in boxing last night, right?
Oh yeah, Golden Boy Promotions doing their thing.
How about that fucking fight? Jesus, you saw the fight, right? I mean, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
I didn't scoop you for a change, did I? You did see this. You did see this fight.
Yeah, and better than Antonio Tarver, the main event.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about Glowacki, Krzysztof Glowacki, if that's how you say his Polish name correctly. I hope it is. Knocking out Marco Huck in the 11th round to win the WBO Cruiserweight title. A title that Huck has held for a long time, 13 times defended. In fact, he knocked down Krzysztof earlier in the fight. First time he'd ever been knocked down. And then Krzysztof returns in kind by knocking out Marco Huck. In fact, knocking him just about out of the goddamn ring in one of the best boxing matches I have seen in a very long time. This was a war and it was a hell of a fight. Entertaining. If you need a reason to love boxing again, to be reminded why boxing was awesome at one point in your life. Well, depending how old you are, maybe never in your life. But if you're old like me, boxing once mattered. And this is the type of fight that will give you that reminder. Hell of a fight. Best match on the entire card. And in fact, I think best boxing fight. Best fight I've seen all year. Best fight I've seen all year, period.
For some reason, here on the West Coast, they showed it, 3 hours later. After the East Coast, for some reason. Should have been live, But it was a
what you
real
got
good
for me,
fight.
buddy?
All right. Have you seen these pictures of Kevin Owens at the NXT events holding the NXT belt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only him, but Sasha Banks holding the NXT women's title. Yes, we have seen that. And I think it's a troll job because the Sasha, for sure, the Sasha thing was a dark match. That's been confirmed. The Kevin Owens situation, it's interesting. All the reports are saying he was never once announced as the champion during that show. Not once. So either it's just a situation where he's going to be stealing that title from Finn Balor, or he does, in fact, win the damn thing. It's going to be interesting. I don't see the point in having him beat Finn Balor, though. I really don't.
Yeah. Just a quick little news. Have you heard Bears rookie wide receiver Kevin White could be missing the season?
No, I have not heard that missing the season. No, I have not heard that.
Yes.
I've heard that he's got a little bit of issue, but I have definitely not heard season.
Yeah, something with the ankle, right? And,
but it was not
could
that
require
big.
surgery.
You got me. Yeah, surgery. I've heard that too, but wait a minute now. Don't give me a heart attack here. Needs surgery on a stress fracture in his left shin. He's going to start on the season on the PUP list. So yeah, he might. He could miss the entire season. Yep, there it is. He could miss the entire season. And a shin injury, that could be his career, son. He could be donezo.
Yep. Done. Just like that.
Thanks for bringing me down, bud.
I bring all the news, baby.
Ah, man. Like I needed another reason to be upset about this Bear season. Jesus Christ.
Hey, you beat my Dolphins on the preseason.
Yeah, it's preseason. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who gives
I
a
also wanted
shit?
to- Have you seen Patrick from Tough Enough wrestling in the Indies and his finishing move? Have you seen his finishing move?
No,
It's
no.
pretty
Actually,
crazy.
I have not kept up with Patrick since he left Tough Enough.
It's like a Sister Abigail, but he turns it into a DDT.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Look, apparently there is some interest in Patrick and within the WWE ranks. It could be very interesting to see if that happens.
Yeah.
Joe Cronin down there in chat says Owens will win. They just gave it to Balor for the pop and in Japan and the story and all of that. I bet Owens wins it back. That's what Joe Cronin says. I think it's very possible. He wins it back. I'm not sure if that's the right way to go, for me at least, but I think they could. I mean, look, if you want to keep him as half in, half out as NXT champion, okay, sure. You know, why not?
Yeah.
But
it might be too much of a workload for him though.
yeah, look, he's having 2 big matches that weekend. He's going to be taking on Finn Balor, and then the next night people are expecting him and Cesaro to be an amazing match. Not a good match, not a great match, an amazing match. That's my expectation. So I'm pretty excited about that. But if that doesn't deliver, then people are going to be rather disappointed. So I think by having him win the NXT title back, which I think would be kind of a weird thing to do, it might hurt him long term. I just unless you're going to take him off of the WWE main roster completely, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Vaughn502 says, hey, Dave, if you change to Saturday because of the NFL, what about all the college football games that come on at noon on Saturday? Well, here's real simple, Vaughn. I don't fucking care about college football. That's what it comes down to. I don't give a flying fuck about college football, and I'm banking that at least 15 to 25 of you who watch me relatively religiously don't care too much either, considering this is the first time anybody in any of my chats on almost a year doing this show, the first time anybody has brought up college football at all. So I don't care about college football. So your boy's going to go head to head with college football. Why? Because I simply don't give a shit, and I have to pick a day, Saturday or Sunday. I'm picking Saturday.
Yeah, you can just watch football at the same time. Just keep it on mute on the TV.
Yeah, see, that's what I have to do with the NFL now anyway. When I watch the NFL, it's I put it on Red Zone. I just watch Red Zone because watching a game is fucking pointless. And it's so, oh God, can't hit anybody no more. Everything's a goddamn penalty. Just watch Red Zone. Just see the touchdowns. Fuck it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Just see when they're in the red zone. That's all you got to do. I don't know. Ian Sloan, Dave, West Ham striker Andy Cole. Oh, I'm sorry. I detected soccer, and my defense mechanism came in, and I fell the fuck asleep. I don't know what happened. It was crazy, but soccer. Let me try to read it again. Dave, West Ham striker. Oh, fuck. God damn. I'm sorry, Ian. I tried to read your boring comment twice, but it didn't happen. Can you ever forgive me? I'm sorry. Steven, you got anything else before I throw your ass over the top rope?
Yeah. Have you seen Floyd Mayweather rank his top 5 boxers of all time?
Yeah, fuck him. I'm so tired of Floyd Mayweather, man. You remember, it was right after the Pacquiao fight when he said that he was going to be giving up his titles and all of that. I defended him.
Yeah.
I defended him, and I really championed him, as a matter of fact. And I do think he is one of the greatest technical fighters of all time. Here's the problem with Floyd. This is the real issue with Floyd. Because of his decision-making. I'm not even talking about his woman-beating decision-making. He's already fucked as a human being. But his boxing legacy is being tarnished because here's what Floyd Mayweather is going to be ultimately known for when people talk about him in 10, 15 years. That he ducked people and he handpicked his opponents to the very fucking end. He's going to go down as a great fighter, but as a coward ultimately, because who the fuck did he fight? He's not a guy who can say, I fought all comers. No, he fought who he picked. He didn't even fight people that really wanted to kick his ass that much at the end. If he wanted to fight, that'd be a good draw. Khan wants to beat him down, and Khan is terrible. Khan cannot stand in there with Floyd. He'll get absolutely decimated. But it would be an interesting fight just for the fact that Khan wants to kill him, like actually murder him. He hates him. But does he do that? No. Does he give a young guy, an undefeated young guy, like your boy that you championed a whole bunch of time, Glubkin, whatever his name is?
Yeah,
give him a chance? Fuck no. Fuck no. You know why? Because he's a coward. He's a spineless, gutless coward. And that's all he's got. They portray him so perfectly.
Even Floyd's father said he doesn't want to fight Floyd or he's going to get killed in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Berto.
And on that note, also, it looks like we're getting Khan Pacquiao next year. Looks like they want it.
Why? Pacquiao's going to kill him. Even if the Pacquiao that shows up to take if the same Pacquiao that showed up with a hurt shoulder to take on Floyd Mayweather shows up, Khan's dead. Khan is not an elite fighter. Look, I'm going to even go a step farther. I don't know if Khan was ever an elite fucking fighter. He was a good fighter. He was a good fighter, but I don't know if he was ever an elite fighter. He can't get in a ring with a Pacquiao, man. He can't get in the ring with a Mayweather unless there's another storyline underneath it. Yeah, he did. Yeah. You're right. Joseph Dodd, he did fight Oscar past his prime. He did fight Mosley past his prime. He did fight Pacquiao with a hurt goddamn shoulder. You're right. He did fight. Oh, yay. He also fucking fought Pacquiao 6 years after he should have. Ducked him. Look, I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan, but he's a pussbag and a coward who has handpicked his own fighters for the past 7 years, 8 years, maybe even longer than that. Joseph Dodd, I appreciate your passion for Floyd, but this is a non-winnable argument.
And we're also getting Canelo Cotto November.
That should be interesting. That's going to be an action-packed fight at the very least.
Yes, it should be. I think Canelo's going to take this. The younger guy.
I'm sorry. I'm more angered now. The more I read the damn comment again. Floyd fought Oscar, Mosley, and Pacquiao. Should I continue? He's had 49 fights, and you named 3, and all 3 of them are fucking irrelevant because of the situations in which he fought them. You don't mention Hatton because he destroyed Hatton. You don't mention any of the other big names. Why? Because there was no fucking name. You got nothing. Yes, I do want you to continue. Give me some real. Now I'm pissed off. Now I'm angry. I kind of want to fucking kill somebody now. Pissed off, yes. Look, I'm not a Pacquiao guy, so now he's making a Pacquiao thing. I don't give a fuck about Pacquiao, too. I think he's been on steroids forever. I don't give a fuck about Pacquiao. I'm not, you don't have to be just one here. Fuck Pacquiao. Fuck Floyd more because he's a coward. I'll take a steroid guy who fights everybody over a fucking coward any day. And Floyd's a coward. Floyd's a coward. That's it. I never agree with Michael Wilbon. I never agree with Michael Wilbon, even though he's from Chicago. I never agree with that fucking guy. But 5 years ago, on television, on air, he told the world that Floyd was a coward. He said it many times. Ducked him. You coward, you coward, you coward. And I used to get on him. Come on.
We could also bring up Victor Ortiz when he knocked him out. When he was consoling with the ref. Yeah. I don't remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
You don't tell me to settle down, Joseph Dodd. You don't tell the dead on one to settle down. You never tell dead on Dave to settle down. I'll settle down when I'm dead. Which maybe I should settle down because I'm fat and I could have a heart attack. That'd be bad.
Could happen at any moment.
Given family name says Mayweather's toughest opponent was his fight against the legal system. Oh, that's good. Given name, family name, you win the comments section today. Congratulations. It's good stuff. Gerald Herbert, the Spirit Squad should come back. Joseph Dodd, Floyd is the GOAT. No. He's not. He's one of the greatest technical fighters of all time, but he's nowhere close on the greatest of all time list. I'm not even going to get into why that.
I put him in top 20.
Top 20, yeah, top 15. I'd even go top 15 probably.
Yeah.
I think you can make that argument, but if you really want to squeeze him in there top 10, I think you could probably make the case.
Yeah, maybe like 10 or 9.
Who cares? It's boxing. My God, I'm sure my ratings are going down because nobody fucking cares about boxing. What else you got, Mr. Kessel, before I throw you over the top rope?
Okay, so we got looks like they're remaking Baywatch with The Rock.
Okay, you're done. You're done.
Hey, no, I'm sorry.
You're done.
Have you seen Trainwreck, bro?
No, you're done even more now. No, I haven't seen Train. Oh, no, that's the Amy Schumer movie? No.
Yeah, with John Cena and LeBron.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
John Cena is really funny in that, dude.
I've heard. I heard he did a really good job.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
And he threw in a WWE reference in the movie, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people are doing that lately. They're not caring about what area they're in. They're going to throw their wrestling stuff in. I kind of like that. So.
Yeah.
What else you got, Kessel?
Well, I just got to say, I love Sasha Banks. She is my favorite. I love her. Have you heard her podcast with Chris Jericho?
Not yet. I've been meaning to. I've had kind of a rough week. Haven't been able to, but I definitely want to. I heard it's very good. I heard she talks about everything with her cousin, Mr. Snoop Digging a Dog, and all of that. I heard it's a good podcast.
Yeah, talked about Japanese wrestling and Eddie Guerrero. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out.
Real good podcast.
Thanks for plugging another podcast on my podcast. Appreciate that.
Yeah, well, it's Sasha Banks, I'll promote her all the time.
I'll promote her too because I would love to eat friggin' soup out of her navel. I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, Kessel, I appreciate the call. I appreciate everything you bring to the show. But I'm throwing your ass over the top rope.
Thank you, Dave. I'll throw myself out.
No, you don't get to do that. No, I throw you over. I throw you over. I throw you over. I don't know. I'm getting tired. Just being real. All right, so let's see here, y'all. If you guys are just sitting in the comment section, need something to do, go and hit that like button. Because why the hell not? Likes are free. You can also subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. We are so very close to 1,100 subs, and you guys have brought us here. I very much appreciate that. In fact, we're at 1098. We're 2 away from the 1,100. So you can get us there. You could also donate to the channel by going directly into the description box and hit the donate link, and you can put in a funny little message. You can tell everyone to eat your balls. Eat a shit sandwich. You can do whatever you like, and I'll read it on the air because that's what I do. You could buy me. You can rent me for money. Woohoo! You can do that and continue to support the growth of Dead on Dave Productions. Joining me now, Adrian Lopez. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
What up, Dave? How you doing?
I'm living the dream, brother.
Oh, okay. That's what I like to hear, bro. I've been waiting to ask you this question, I think, for a long time now.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on NXT's Big Cass and Enzo Amore?
They've been absent, man. They've been absent. They haven't wrestled in a month now. It seems like they've been touring with the WWE main roster, doing dark matches for house shows and stuff, which is great. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with them. I love them personally. Now, if you're asking my opinion on them, I think they're great.
Love them. You have this connection with the fans too, man.
They do. I think they remind everybody of the New Age Outlaws. I think that's the easiest team to really associate them with. So it's pretty cool. It's a really cool thing. I think they're a great team, but they got to keep them together when they bring them up to the main roster. Carmella has to be a part of that group because I think she's integral to that team. She brings so much. And I think that they're starting to realize that not only there in NXT, but in the wrestling industry as a whole, how much women valets and managers can do. I think they can do an awful lot. We're seeing it with Carmella. We're seeing with what Maria Kanellis is doing down there in Ring of Honor with Mikey Bennett, what she's been doing for years. She does a great job. She's a top 10, top 15 heel in wrestling, period. She does a great job down there in Ring of Honor. And now with Alexa Bliss, with Blake and Murphy, who I just want to go vandalize stuff with Alexa Bliss. I'd love to take her out, drink a whole bunch of moonshine, and just vandalize shit and steal things. Maybe rob a gas station. She makes me want to do these things. It's crazy. What else you got, Adrian?
Well, that was pretty much it. And the other question I have is about has to do with the Kevin Owens and Cesaro match. Who do you think is gonna win?
Ooh, I think Kevin Owens. That's a caveat, though. If he wins the NXT title, then I think he. This is the problem with him winning the NXT title at at NXT Takeover. This is the problem here, because if he wins the title there, then how can he possibly lose to Cesaro?
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. You can't possibly do it. At the same time, if he loses to Balor, how could he possibly lose to Cesaro? You know, it's the same thing. How can he lose either way? They're in this goddamn predicament no matter what they do. So I think Kevin Owens has to win. He can't lose both nights, or we're just going to start being like, oh, Kevin Owens is a jobber. He's buried. Triple H has his shovel out. I don't know. I think they're painted into a corner with Mr. Owens. He's got to win. You putting away groceries, Adrian? What the fuck?
That looks about it, man. All right, thanks for taking my call.
No problem, buddy. Take it easy. Adrian Lopez, who is either bagging groceries at his local supermarket or putting away groceries, one of the two, or he was taking copious amounts of cocaine out of a plastic bag. I'm not sure what he was doing. And maybe dildos. Maybe dildos. Why not dildos? I mean, hell, it's a progressive world we live in. It could be dildos. Let's see here. Does Cena's nose look any different? I didn't watch Tough Enough. Dark Rage 2000 asked that question. It didn't really look that much different, to be honest. I was expecting his nose to be mangled, especially after hearing that he was having a surgery. It didn't look that bad to me. In fact, he didn't even have the dark circle raccoon eyes that you usually have after you have a really bad break. So I think he got rather lucky. You know, maybe they put him in like one of those hyperbaric chambers and like Man in the Iron Mask situation where they just like put his face. Oh, I know what happened, because I'm assuming Nikki Bella has an amazingly cold vagina. She just sat on his nose for like 3 hours, and it has healing properties. Yes, the healing properties of a Bella vajayjay. There we go. I think I've got it figured out. Yes. Let's see here. Joseph Dodd says, Cena has a good plastic surgeon. They fixed his nose right up. He didn't even know it was destroyed. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. He looks completely the same. It's crazy. Doesn't even look bad at all. I don't know. Frenchie Ben says, Dave, you will surpass. I almost tried to do a Frenchie Ben, George St. Pierre accent. Dave, you will surpass Tommy C this week. And with copious amounts of subs. I'm sorry. I kind of feel bad that I did that because it was horrible. Not for making fun of another culture, but for the fact that it was just really bad. I love Frenchie Ben. He's fantastic because I always close my eyes and be like, it's George St. Pierre. That's who I'm talking to right now. Gaming Labs 12X warning. There's an interview with Dead on Dave on my channel. Yes, I did an interview with one Xander. It's there, it's up, it's amazing, but the quality's really bad. It's bad. It's really, really bad. I don't want to say it too loud because I don't want him to hear it, but it's really bad. Like, it's bad. But the interview is great. At least when I talk, it's great. So I'm just kidding, Xander. I'm just messing around. Haidar Javad, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey,
I know I just butchered your name too. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, man. I'm calling from the UK, by the way, not far from you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What you got, man?
Man, I just wanted to ask, do you think that the Undertaker and Brock Lesnar feud will end on Sunday?
I think for the time being, probably. The thing is, they could book it long term. We can get the third match at WrestleMania, which I think is still their best.
That would suck. They're just stretching it out.
Yeah, but it's still their best opportunity for a big cash money match at Mania. I don't know if it's the right way to go as far as like wrestling is concerned in the industry and all of that. It's going to be interesting to see where they go. I think they should end the feud right there at SummerSlam and then move on to something else. But the question is, for both of those guys, what is the something else?
Yeah, for Undertaker, it's got to be Sting. WrestleMania 32, it's got to be Sting.
You would think.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm still thinking, after seeing these little clips of Austin lately, I'm still thinking that there might be a shot for Austin and Lesnar. Maybe I'm completely insane. Maybe it's because I want it to happen.
Pumped up. His arms are so big. He's been working out.
Yeah.
You know?
And look, we look for signs everywhere. As wrestling fans, we look for signs everywhere. So when they released that new video of Stone Cold doing his roster reveal, the last name that he said as he was talking and calling out all the people that I don't care if you're this or this, the last name was Brock Lesnar. That could mean something. I don't know. I just lost Haydar or Haidar Javad. I'm just totally butchered this guy's name. I feel terrible. I feel terrible. I'm Charles Barkley. I feel terrible. But that's okay. We're going to go to another call because that guy went away into the ether of the internet. Dr. Bostonian, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm alive. My ass hurts, though. My ass is really bothering me. I'm just saying.
It's been like a week since I've called, but what are your thoughts on The Rock potentially being at SummerSlam? I don't know if you covered this or not. But...
Yeah, I didn't cover it yet. I didn't talk about it yet. The rumors are there, but nobody in the industry is seeming to think that there is anything serious that with him possibly showing up. I don't. He might, but who knows in what capacity. I don't know. His last time that he showed up was so unsuccessful, and that also happened to be in New York, I believe. That I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Royal Rumble in New York?
Yeah, didn't he show up between? I thought he showed up after with the Rusev situation. Didn't he show up after that?
No,
or
the Rusev thing happened before that. I think. Oh, okay. I don't remember. Oh, he showed up at WrestleMania. He was there at WrestleMania anyway. I forgot. He was totally there at WrestleMania. So I don't know. It's. Hey, look, they always have the option. So if he's there, it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be electrifying. The Rock says this, and that'll be great. So I know.
Because what sense would he make?
None.
Honestly?
None. He makes no sense other than gearing up for a match with him and Triple H at WrestleMania, which is what a lot of people are expecting.
Which I would love to see that at WrestleMania 32, to be honest.
You got to tell me how to say your name correctly, man. I don't want to keep butchering your name. Haidar.
My name?
Oh, yeah, that's how you pronounce it, yeah.
Haidar?
That's cool. Yeah.
All right, sweet. I know that we lost you there for a second,
Sorry,
but go ahead and give me what else you got so I can get you out of here and get to the next call.
That's it, really. One more question. What match are you looking forward to most at SummerSlam?
I am looking. I can't even deny it. I'm looking forward to Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker. I want to see exactly.
Do you think it closes the show?
Yes, it absolutely. Yeah, it's already been announced. Yeah, it is closing the show. I want to see where The Undertaker is.
That's what the dirt sheets are saying. I don't think it's confirmed.
I think it is confirmed. I've read it enough places to where I'm convinced. At the very least, it's confirmed in my mind. And if they don't end the show on that, what the hell is the point of all this? They're citing it as the match too big for WrestleMania. It has to close the show.
Yeah, Dave, I think you're correct. I think they even said it themselves.
I thought they said it themselves too. I thought they said it on air.
Yeah.
Man, I hope Sting makes an appearance.
It'll be interesting if Sting shows up. As of right now, all the dirt sheets are saying that he is not going to be there. That apparently he was getting ready. In fact, he was in amazing shape. But then WWE let him know, we got nothing for you, which is something many people have heard over the years.
Yeah, that would be bad. Well, thanks, Dave.
Hey, no problem, man. I appreciate the call. It's always nice to get new callers. I know you called in a couple weeks back, too, but that was after the show. So this was your first official call, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have fun in the UK there, bud.
Thank you, Dave. See you later.
See you later. Anarchy in the UK. That's right. Dr. Bostonian, what else you got since you wanted to talk over the other conversation I was having? Figured you want to keep on going. So what do you got?
How good do you think Raw will be this week? Because I'm expecting a really good Raw, personally, just because you're putting on a 4-hour SummerSlam, and It's building up for one. How good do you think Raw will be?
Well, I'm hoping it's going to be good. That's the thing. But if I have to look at the recent history of house shows, of go home shows, then I don't have huge expectations, because the go home shows recently for pay-per-views have been god awful, just horrible. But I think this has potential to be a really big show. I got a feeling they're going to book it around Brock and The Undertaker. I think we're going to see more chaos out of those two. They seem to be really working around that. I think Ziggler's going to show back up. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Kevin Owens and Cesaro, considering we've seen every other possible combination of getting these guys in the ring with each other. Probably another tag team match out of them. It's going to be interesting. I think what they have to do, if they give a shit, which I know they don't, is put a little bit of juice into this Intercontinental Triple Threat match, which is going to be awful. And Jake Hardy asked about that. That's why I brought it up. He thinks The Miz will win. God help us all. I really hope not. But you know what? He could be right about this, because they seem to be high on The Miz right now. They were listening to everybody when everyone was like, the best thing about Tough Enough is The Miz on Tough Talk. He's the best part about it. He's better than anything else. So what do? Because all of us assholes said that shit, they put him on as a fucking judge, and he's horrible. He's god-awful yet again. Makes the worst fucking moves. Make me want to punch his stupid little Miz face. So no, I hope he doesn't win, because it sucks, because he sucks. He's terrible. And the Intercontinental situation sucks. It all sucks. And it's pissing me the hell off. They need to inject some new life into the Intercontinental Championship situation. Oh, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of people there that they could easily throw in. Let's see if they decide to fucking do it. But Ryback is walking out as champ. That's what I think.
I agree with you. He hasn't even had a title defense yet, correct?
Yeah, I think this will be his first or second, something like that. Yeah.
Because I think if he wasn't hurt last month, we would have. I think it would be a little more. There'd be a little more juice, or something into the whole situation.
Using
but the
my
fact
word,
he wasn't
juice.
there,
We're getting juiced.
Yeah,
we're getting juiced.
I personally love him as champion. The situation's kind of bone dry, but I champion. I like it at it.
I like the if it's done properly and they stop putting him in there with guys like the Big Show, I think he can be a good champion. But the problem is he was the transition champion, or at least it looked like he was going to be, after Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan couldn't keep the title, and that sucks. And they needed another. I think they put it on the wrong guy. They should have put it on another dude with star power. I mean, a guy like Kevin Owens would have been perfect. Bring him up out of nowhere and have him win that title. Why not? It's I don't know. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know.
Maybe
that
could happen. Maybe that will eventually happen. Maybe if they do some weird booking and they pull some strings, even Cesaro gets into the mix and they carry that feud over to a championship belt. I think that'd be pretty cool to see Cesaro and Kevin Owens with Ryback going for the Intercontinental Championship.
Absolutely.
I feel like that'd be pretty cool to watch.
Absolutely, no question. Even a Roman Reigns can be in that situation. How about I'd like to see Luke Harper back into that. I thought he was a great champion. They just didn't use him enough. So I'd love to see him back in there.
He didn't really have the personality. I remember you saying it. I think it was on your SmackDown review. That he has personality now, which he did not have before.
Yeah, they've rebuilt him now, and he's talking more. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. What do you think what Cesaro and Kevin Owens match on the card? Do you think that'll be earlier in the show or
I have no idea as far as it's a 4-hour show. I couldn't tell you where it's going to be if I tried. If I had to guess, it's going to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, that's gonna, I think, steal the show, if not Brock Taker. But
it's got potential.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Hey, your audio quality is dipped out and it's terrible, so I'm throwing you over the top rope, Dr. Bostonian.
All right.
Yep. Sorry, your audio sucks. You're out of here. Your connection blows, buddy. Blows more than Jenna Jameson in her early days. So you're gone. All right, Jake Hardy. Did I mention when WWE came to Victoria, British Columbia, I got to high five Reigns and Paige pointed at me, and I got a selfie with the Big Show. Well, congratulations. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome, man. That's the beauty. No matter how old you are, when you're at a WWE live event, we all act like kids. Or you're Joe Cronin and you go to a pay-per-view, have the absolute best seat for camera viewing on the show more than the fucking wrestlers, don't wear your own damn t-shirt and chew gum the entire time. That's what Joe Cronin did. Go back and watch, was the Money in the Bank a couple years ago in Boston? It's terrible. Joe Cronin, Dave, you are mean to callers. Yes, I am. Oh, when they don't have their shit together, what do you want me to do? Fuck them. Fuck them. That's what you got to do. Fuck them. I got nothing else. Fuck them. Be nice to everybody. I'm nice to too many people. Fuck. I'm a dick. I'm an asshole. Look at me. Over the top fucking rope. I'll do it. I'll throw copious amounts of motherfuckers over the top rope. That's what I'll do. Let's see here. Everybody in chat, well, it's Mamba, so take it for what it's worth. It's Black Mamba. But a lot of people are talking about the SummerSlam being underwhelming. I don't know if it's all that underwhelming as it is that we have so much going on that weekend. Between the NXT event and between the SummerSlam card, I just think it's too much. By the way, Black Mamba, after you hear this, I'm going to count 45 seconds from now. After you hear this, if there is another message that's anti-Dave by you, I'm booting your ass from the fucking fantasy baseball and the fantasy football. And why? Because I'm worse than Castro, right? Well, you're about to get Dictator Dave, okay? And if you don't like it, come to Germany and I'll really give you Dictator Dave, if you know what I'm saying. So, Black Mamba, shut your mouth or get your own YouTube channel. How about that? Boom! Dropping elbows on Black Mamba. Joseph, that decorum, Dave. Fuck decorum. How about that? Jay Cardi, has anyone noticed that my profile pic? I don't give a fuck about that. Discipline, Dave. You're right. We need more discipline. That's 100% fucking right. You come on a show, you should have your shit together. Discipline. Keep it tight. As Xavier Woods says, keep it tight. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about with Xavier Woods and keep it tight, that means you're not watching the best video game YouTube channel that I've seen in years. And that is Up, Down, Down on YouTube. Go watch Xavier Woods and see everything that he's doing. Go watch Five Nights at Freddy 4 with Big E. It's fucking hysterical. Five? Oh, God. Go watch it. Watch Xavier Woods eat copious amounts of mayonnaise. It's fantastico. So go check all that stuff out. It's crazy. Black Mamba says Roger Dave Gell. Now, he doesn't think I'm going to fucking boot his ass for my fantasy leagues. I got news for him. Black Mamba, it is my pleasure to officially announce that with that Roger Dave Gell comment, because Roger Goodell's the fucking devil, so I'm taking that as a bad comment, you are excommunicated from Dead on Dave Productions Fantasy Baseball and Dead on Dave Productions Fantasy Football. Now, I know what you're thinking. Goddamn, Dave, that's pretty fucking harsh. Well, you know what? This country needs a little more harsh. This country needs a little bit more tough love. This country needs to start realizing that there are consequences for your actions. And while there may be freedom of speech, there is not freedom from consequence. And when you mess with the bull, sometimes you seriously do get the horns. Now, Black Mamba, I know this is going to strain our relationship. And maybe you're going to go back to hating me again. But The Rock doesn't give a monkey's anus, to be completely honest, because you messed with the wrong Dead on Dave. And now you're over the top fucking rope, bud. As soon as I get off here, I'm booting your ass. Unless I get an apology, and it better be a great fucking apology, You're gone. Anyway, back to more important shite. Let's talk about. I'm reading the chat. Sorry. Let's go back to some other stuff. Oh, speaking of fantasy football, now there is a new open slot in the Fantasy Football Dead on Dave League, taking the place of Black Mamba. If you want to be in that spot, please let me know. Right in this comment section below, let me know you want to be in there. I will get you in that spot. First person, you get Black Mamba's spot. So you don't just get a spot, you get Black Mamba's spot. Okay? Not only that, if you don't get in on that, you do want to be a part of Dead on Dave Productions Fantasy Football League for 2015, go ahead and let me know, because I am considering making a second league just to have more people, because I think it'll be a lot of fun to do that, and there seems to be a lot of interest, and I want to do that. We're going to be doing a live draft on the 5th of September, and we'll do 2 if that's the case, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very excited about that. I hope you guys all join me, and I hope you guys all are excited for the NFL season, which I will be covering, because if you're watching now, you know Dead on Dave Live is on Sundays usually, but now, because I'm not competing with the NFL, it's now on Saturdays. And to take that spot on Sunday, earlier in the day, I am doing an NFL coverage show, a show where I go on and talk all the NFL stories that you want to hear and preview the games before kickoff. So join me for that each and every Sunday, starting tomorrow. I will, well, maybe not tomorrow. Maybe I'll wait another week, let some more preseason stuff happen. Joining me now is Black Mamba. Now, you have been quite testy in the chat. What's going on? Are you menstruating?
We have the right of freedom of speech.
You don't got freedom of consequences, motherfucker. And if you look, go look in the damn chat.
That's not right.
Go look in the chat. Look at all these people who are ready to take your spot. There's 5, 6 people who are already jumping in. I want to join. I'd like. There's people who want that slot. Trent Daler, Jake Hardy, they all want your spot, man. Why shouldn't I give it to them? You start calling me out for no reason. What's up with that, man? Thought we squashed this.
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm gonna win this fantasy football league.
That's why you're not in. You're not there.
Why not?
Because I kicked you out.
Because you're afraid.
Oh, I'm not afraid. That doesn't work with me. I'm not 5.
You're afraid, Dave.
No, I'm not. I'm vindictive. No, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm vindictive. You messed with a vindictive Dead on Dave, a vindictive fat man. You didn't think I'd actually kick you out, but you can save yourself. You can save yourself. Just apologize.
What I gotta do?
All you gotta
unsubscribe
do
to Joe?
No, all you gotta do is apologize. I don't even want an elaborate apology. I just want you to tell everybody that I'm not such a bad guy and that you love me. That's it.
Okay, I'll say the first part. You know, Dave's not such a bad guy.
There you go.
Sometimes he could be a douche, but...
What was that? You muffled the second part there. I believe you called me a nasty name.
So I think I deserve my spot back in the league.
I don't know. I think you called me some bad stuff there, bud.
Come on, Dead on Dave community, we got to vote.
They all want your spot. Everybody wants your spot, man.
I thought I had some pretty good allies.
I don't know. Yes, if you're, as long as you're with Dave, then you got great allies. You got Dave. You don't need anybody else. You and me could take over the world. But when you turn your back on the beacon of light that is
take
Dead
over
on
the world,
Dave,
especially when Black Mamba starts uploading Madden 16 videos.
Oh God, have fun with it. You gotta, but here's the problem: as good as Madden is, you gotta be entertaining. So many other people who have been with the community has found this out, that you have people that like you in the chat, but you can't grow if you're not entertaining. Do we know if you're entertaining? I have no idea. I think you're entertaining as fuck, Mamba. I think you should get your own channel.
I want to do Madden. I've been wanting to do Madden for a while.
You should.
And people like the Ultimate Team, just like, because people like opening packs. You like seeing what you get. That shit's entertaining.
It is. My ass hurts. I'm
But-
just saying. Oh God. Oh my butt.
Now to the real sports news. Let's get to this.
Yeah, what you
The
got?
Cubs
man?
are playing good.
No, wait. First, the Cubs aren't playing good. Cubs are playing great.
They're playing great.
let's start there.
And they're playing really good, and they're gonna probably make it to the postseason. When they make it, what's gonna happen to them? What's the bad thing gonna happen?
I don't know, but we'll beat the Giants, who are gonna win their division. The Dodgers better get their shit together. I know that.
Who got our shit together? Now we could score runs, but our pitching been horrible. Besides Kershaw and Greinke,
Yeah.
and our bullpen is horrible. What the fuck?
It happens. It's the dog days of summer, man. These things tend to happen. It's going to be quite interesting to see what happens with the Cubs. Is you're right. They get to the postseason, and the first thing we're thinking about is in what horrific manner are they going to be eliminated? And trust me, I am worried about that very thing. But these don't seem like the same old Cubs, man. I haven't felt this way about baseball in a very, very long time, and it's awesome. I'm very excited about it, man. The Cubs are playing great baseball right now, and it's so much fucking fun to watch. It's making me hype. Yeah.
John Lesson's playing good. Fucking. Well, I'm on Twitter and I follow.
Wait, I'm
what's his
kind of
name?
getting freaked out. Hold on, Jake Hardy says, Dave, you are the hottest guy on earth.
Honey, get the honey.
I don't know. We got people who are loving Dead on Dave right now. I don't understand that shit. And then they said,
I told you, Dave.
But they said earlier, Dave, you're not fat. Are they fucking crazy? Look at me. I'm fat as fuck. It's okay. I don't mind truth. I'm fat. It's all right though.
You're big bone. Oh, that's not working.
Big what?
Oh,
I'm big boned. I'm big boned. No. Sorry.
The hell's that?
Dave, are you going to put this on Podbean? Yes, this will be up on Podbean sometime soon. Yes, it will be on Podbean because I pay for Podbean. So yeah, it will be. Yeah. There you go. What else you got, Mr. Mamba? I haven't decided if you're not being kicked out yet. By the way.
Damn.
Yeah. I haven't
Just
decided.
football or baseball?
Both. If I'm kicking you out, I'm kicking you out of both.
I might lose the baseball league anyways. Fucking
Yeah, you're probably going
bullcrap.
to. Well, we got 6 people making the playoffs, so you should be good.
Now we got like a 5-way tie with you, Jeff, and some other people.
Yeah, but there's
We're all
only,
tied.
yeah, that's like 7 of us though, and there's still 6 slots, so it'll be okay.
And then next week, Shockwaves plays Dark Knight of City. We need them to lose.
You've cried more during this fantasy baseball league than anyone else ever. It's crazy.
We need Shockwave to lose, though.
Yeah.
You need them to lose too.
I don't really give a fuck. It's okay. You got anything else of pertinent relevance, Mr. Mamba?
SummerSlam. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's overhyped. I'm not excited for nothing besides the Green Arrow.
You're trolling now. If that's what you're excited about, then you're seriously trolling.
Like I like Kevin Owens' match. Probably gonna be good, but I want it to mean something for like a title or something. But it's just gonna be against Cesaro.
I don't know, man. I think that match from just a wrestling standpoint should be quite entertaining.
Yeah.
I for some reason I'm excited about Cena and Rollins. I can shoot me in the face, I guess, but I'm excited about that. It should be a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to SummerSlam. When I looked at the card, at least the 8 matches that are already being advertised, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be a pretty damn good event. I'm really looking forward to it. So.
Yeah, and I want to say Rollins' move. What was it called? The Phoenix Splash.
The Phoenix.
I was
Splash.
excited to see that, but then Neville just starts flipping everywhere, and it just is not exciting anymore.
But I like to call it the Ark of God. That's what I like to call it because I think it's a way better name. But he's only hit it like once, and the other time he didn't hit it. So I think that's when he's a babyface, he'll be using that. So it'll be great. By the way, people in chat are saying, what would Dave's wrestling name be? Well, for those of you who don't know, I actually did 2 weeks in wrestling school before I joined the Army. Yes, about a month before I joined the Army. Actually, I was there about a week before I joined the Army, now that I think about it. I was in wrestling school, the All-American Wrestling Academy in Las Vegas. Did 2 weeks, man, to see what it was like, see if I See if I was missing out. And let me tell you, those 2 weeks were harder than 9 weeks of basic training. Let me tell you that right now. It was incredible. But I did get into the planning of what my wrestling name would be, and it's the name that I've used in every WWE game my entire life. My wrestling name would be Dave Danger. That's right, Dave Danger. The name Joe Cronin absolutely hates, even though I think Dave Danger and Cancer Cronin would take on the world and destroy it in our fucking chubby little fingers. But yes, Dave Danger, and my finishing move is called the Danger Zone. Boom. Man, it's getting dark up in here. It's getting dark in Germany. And I'm not getting up to turn on the light because when I get up, I'm going to cry because I'm in a lot of pain. Oh, my God. Dave Vader. I think people are trolling me. I don't know what's going on. What else you got, Mamba?
You and Tommy should do reactions.
To what?
To new stuff coming out.
What kind of stuff?
Because you guys always seem so surprised with young stuff. Like because you guys are in Germany, so you guys are like, "What the hell? What is this? What the hell? What is this?"
Rick Bad Boy,
So it's
not
like-
Danger Dave. No, not Danger Dave. Dave Danger. Dave Danger. And it goes a little something like this. Everybody on the WWE roster right now needs to be put on notice because you're all entering the danger zone. And when you step in to the danger zone, things don't always go as planned. Sometimes you get put in places that you don't want to be, but you don't have to worry because the Danger Man has got you. And when I take you and I drop you with the... I fucked it up. I had a good promo and I fucked it up. It was good and I lost it. And that's why I'm not in the WWE, kids. And that's why I'm not in the WWE. Oh, I had it. Jack Mad said, hey, Dave, you said that you had a book. What's it called? Yes, I did write a book. I wrote a book about 3-4 years ago called The Chronicles of L.J. Stevens. In fact, it is still on Amazon. All you got to do is go to Amazon, type in David Vancura, my name, D-A-V-I-D, V-A-N-C-U-R-A, and it's still there. It sold a whopping 17 copies. It's horrible. My publisher made me go to print way too early. My wife edited it, and she's German, so figure that shit out. The only person who was going to be worse at editing was me, so I didn't do it. I let my German wife do it, and there's a lot of fucked up things in there. But I think the story was good, and I think it eventually got stolen by J.J. Abrams to make the terrible show that became Revolution. So there you go. It's on Amazon still for digital download and hard copy if you want to pay like $15 for a really short book because they made me go to promo early. Jesus Christ, why Real Fiction or Just Fiction Edition, you terrible publishing house? But it is what it is. So there you go. It still exists. The Chronicles of L.J. Stevens, the man who cannot lie. Let's see. Jay Cardi, Dave, you're the best podcaster ever. You have inspired me to do podcasts on my channel. Well, I hope you do. And I hope that's not a complete troll job. And if it is, that's completely okay. But I hope that you have been inspired. You do. I said do as in poo. I hope you do podcasts because the one thing that I've really learned since I've been hurt, since I got hurt when I was in the Army, is creating. That's why I wrote that terrible book that I wrote. That's why I do these terrible podcasts that I do. It's because creating is awesome. I just love to constantly create, even if it's not all that good. Because why not? Create. We have this medium that's available for everybody now. It's free. It's easy. It's mostly free. And it's super easy. And anybody can do it. It's good, bad, and different. But you're putting it out there. You're expressing yourself in a way that it's cathartic. It feels great. It's therapeutic for a guy like me. So it means a lot, Jay Cardi, that you've been inspired to do stuff on your channel. I really appreciate that. And let me know when you got some stuff up there and I'll check it out. How about that? Mamba, you got anything else?
I had something, but I forgot, so I'll call. I don't know. I forgot. Why you?
Well, I think I'm getting ready to wrap this thing up because I'm getting to the point where I can't even sit anymore.
Right. I just have one thing. It's meaningless though, but you should have accepted my trade for Josh Donaldson. That's all I gotta say.
I'm not trading. Oh my God, no! You are the worst trader in history of fantasy baseball. And by the way,
Billy Hamilton,
you're
he
gonna
runs
get,
faster than
you're
Josh
gonna,
Donaldson.
You're gonna get. He runs. He's got a faster 40, Dave. Trade me. He's got a faster 40. You're gonna get killed in fantasy football. By the way, I played with some of these guys.
Football is my sport,
Dude. I played with some of these guys, and they're good. And you're terrible at fantasy sports.
This is my 5th year playing. No, that was my first year playing fantasy baseball. This is my 5th year playing fantasy football. I played.
Well, we'll see what you do, but I got a feeling you're going to get smoked.
Sport. I'm a nerd ass football guy.
Well, let's find out.
Put it that way.
But I appreciate the call, man.
All right.
Take it easy, Mr. Mamba. I guess I'm not going to excommunicate Black Mamba after all because I have a soft heart. I'm a nice guy. No, not LJ. That's the character of my terrible book. AJ Tucker, you're back. What you got, man? Or this is your first time calling today. What's up, man? What you got?
No,
it is your second time. You're back. I was right. I'm always right, never wrong. What you got?
What do you think we're gonna get out of Apollo Crews at the NXT Takeover Brooklyn?
Awesomeness. That's what we're gonna get out of Apollo Crews. We're gonna get awesomeness. Look for him to have. It's gonna be very similar to what Kevin Owens did. It's gonna be a guy who's coming up. I don't see him having a match against an established NXT guy, if there is such a thing. But it's gonna be quite interesting. I'm looking forward to it because the guy is an absolute beast, both high flyer and powerhouse.
And I'm like legit. He reminds me of Bobby Lashley. Like I'm not even trying to be like funny.
Matthew Pooh, your shit's fucked up. I'm deleting you.
Maybe it's because he's bald. I don't know.
I don't know if he reminds me of Bobby Lashley. He's not as big as Lashley. He's a way better athlete than Lashley. People are confused at how big Uhaa Nation is. He's only 6'1". You know, some people thought he was smaller than that. Some people think he's bigger than that. But he's 6'1", so he's actually at a pretty good size, especially considering he's a flyer as well. I'm really excited to see Apollo Crews, man. I'm looking forward to it. I love the name, too. I love Apollo Crews.
Yeah. And last thing, do you think, because or at least I think Cena's going to be walking out as champion for SummerSlam, do you think that he will win the title at SummerSlam and then the next night drops the U.S. title in like an open challenge or something?
I think that's possible. I think it's very possible. Who knows at this point? You know, I think it's also. I personally am starting to believe that Seth Rollins is going to hold this belt till Mania at least. I'm starting to get that feeling. But if Cena were to win, it wouldn't surprise me. When I do the prediction show, I don't know which way I'm going to go, but I got to tell you this. If he does win it, I think it is a good idea to have him lose maybe the next night. Maybe if he's ready, maybe to a guy like Sami Zayn, if he's ready to return. That would be an interesting thing, because then you got Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, somewhere to go.
The only thing with Rollins holding the belt until Mania, I don't know if I could take the whining. Like, if he's going to hold the belt, at least have him, like you said, at least have him be, tough and not,
butch
running
up a
away.
Yeah, butch up. I agree. But since he's lost J&J and Kane, I feel at times he's done that. I liked his promo on SmackDown. I'd like to see more of the tough guy stuff. But we'll see what he does. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens then. I think he's going to hold the title mainly because I still think they're planning on doing this Triple H feud. So and I don't know who's going to be the face and who's going to be the heel. I've heard Triple H is supposed to be the face now. So I have no idea. And if they do end up going that way, then Triple H costing them the belt after SummerSlam would be a good way to do it. And another thing about it is if you're going to go in that direction, having him drop a belt at a more minor pay-per-view is a way to jack up sales on that pay-per-view. SummerSlam title change, it's kind of... usually it's reserved for the big chase, you know? It's a big pay-per-view. And this hasn't been a big chase. It doesn't feel like that type of moment. So if Cena were to win it, it would almost feel underwhelming in a lot of ways.
And plus, we usually get title changes at SummerSlam and Mania. I mean, at least it kind of, for me, it kind of seems like we only get title changes for those two pay-per-views. It kind of
I don't know. I mean, it happens at other places as well. Just lately, it's been a little weird because the past, year plus, we've had either Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins as champs. So, we haven't had a lot of title changes as of late. So it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do. And you got to keep in mind also, the whole pay-per-view thing is changing a little bit with the WWE Network. They're going to want to put more emphasis on their special events because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that SummerSlam is only on the network. I believe they have said that now a few times, that it's not going to be on pay-per-view. That SummerSlam is exclusively on the network.
Oh, but I thought. I didn't know it was on paper, or I didn't know.
I thought that's what they said. I might be wrong there, but maybe I misheard. And it was for the NXT thing. I don't know, but I'm gonna let you go because I got an interesting call that's gonna be a troll. It's gonna be funny.
Well, thanks for taking my call. And,
no problem, AJ. Talk to you later, buddy. Hank Hill, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hello.
What you got? You suck. Got it. I gave you a chance to be entertaining, troll. And what do? You blow it. You botch it. You pull a friggin' botchamania. What the hell's the matter with you? Give you a chance to be awesome, and you fuck it up. It's unbelievable to me. But hey, what are you going to do? More than likely, you probably are going to take down my thing now if you're one of those trolls, but we'll see. Who knows? But we'll see. Actually, we're not going to see because I'm about done here, guys. Thank you for joining me for most of this show here. If you've been here for most of it, go ahead and go into the chat there if you're listening. Hit the like button because why the hell not? Likes are free. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are close to 1,100 subs. In fact, let's go to the tracker and see if we've hit 1,100 subs. No, we're at 1099. We're right there. We're so close. So go ahead and subscribe if you've yet to do it, and hit that like button because likes are free. Let's give Hank Hill one more time before we get out of here. You got one more chance, Hank Hill. What you got? Make it good.
God damn it, Dave.
Damn it, Bobby. You can't call in with a worse Hank Hill than mine. Come on.
Suck my ass, god damn it.
No, that's terrible.
I called the Home Depot yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that they got a new hammer, and it's got like a cup holder on it. So when you nail it in, and when you lift it up, you can take a sip of your beer.
They should put that on women's vaginas.
Yes.
We're gonna patent that and become rich, Hank Hill. We're becoming rich, motherfucker.
It's a pussy cup holder.
A pussy cup holder. That's absolutely right. But hey, I appreciate the call. We're about to wrap up. So, Hank Hill, you got any last words for the people out there? Make it good. I'm sure it's going to be offensive. What do you got?
This is actually Mackie Poo.
Yeah, I figured it was.
All right.
I figured it was.
Fuck, I got nothing to do. How about...
All right, that's it. Bye. Dave makes it interesting yet again. All right, so that's all I got. I am dying right now. My ass is absolutely killing me. I'm in so much pain. My back is just on fire, so I'm getting out of this thing. And we got a donation. We got Joe Cronin donated $20. Donate time. He says, who can beat me? Holy shit, Joe Cronin threw the fucking gauntlet down. Wow, thank you, Joe Cronin. I appreciate that. Man, what a nice guy. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching the show today. It's been a good one. It's been a lot of fun, but I simply can't sit any longer. I'm really hurting. And the darkness has almost completely encapsulated me. And you can see Gizmo really well, though, so that's a good thing. But make sure you go into that description box. Donate if you feel like giving the fat man a tip. And other than that, make sure you like and subscribe to the hottest YouTube channel going, man. We may not be on rocket fire yet, but we're getting there. We're coming close, and we are going to be shooting up the ass of the YouTube community, and it's you guys who are taking us there. So thank you very much for joining me once again on Dead on Dave Live. I hope you enjoyed all the Dean Ambrose talk. I hope you enjoyed all the callers. Thank you to all the callers who had great things to say today, and even the ones that sucked. I'll forgive you, but make sure you have good shit next time. And you know what? After this show is over, I want you to go into this show. Get out of this chat and go into the real chat, the other chat for the show, because these don't stay in there for some reason anymore. It's stupid. But go into the chat and tell me, should Black Mamba be excommunicated from all Dead on Dave fantasy sports? You tell me, okay? And depending on what you guys say, perhaps that'll happen. I haven't made my decision. He wasn't entertaining enough to warrant a full pardon, I think. So, but that's it. That's about as far as I could stretch it out, man. We're running 10 minutes light today, but hey, it's the only time that I could say Dead on Dave and light in the same sentence. So I really appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for joining me right here. And make sure you tell everybody, Saturdays, mofos. Saturdays is the new time for Dead on Dave Live. And we're going to have an NFL show on Sundays. So thank you guys very much. Awesome that you joined me once again. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you don't have talent, be friends with Joe Cronin. Work for me. See you guys next time. Peace.